Anela is International Miss Hawaii 2023. She is a model for different fashion designers. She also helps behind the scenes. And she also came from a pageantry out in Florida where she got better in her craft and everything she does. And you can tell she knows what she's doing here. She's an amazing person. She's humble, down to earth. And I'm here to break the stigma and ice of what people think of models, what people think of women in pageants and Miss International, whatever. She does a lot for her community. She helps behind the scenes, and she does have a regular job as well, just like a regular human being. She doesn't have to go on these strict diets either. So, hope you love this interview, get to know her a little bit more, and have fun.
Well, my cousin John Carlo and Vinny, they used to tell me back in the days, it used to be rough, you know. The mafia, they used to run this whole town.
No.
But now,
You're such a liar.
hey, it could be clowns.
Clowns in the dark.
Then how come you don't fear me? To be in pageants, or they may want to be in model shows and stuff. Like, how do you get into that? Like, what was it that sparked it up, and how did the first one end up being?
Hey!
What's up, guys? We're here in New York, Chipotle's New York Chipotle, and first off, before we get into this jam-packed interview, I do want to say the reason why we're at Chipotle, we had a jam-packed eventful weekend, had a lot of things to do, including this woman next to me. She had her own shows that she had to go to, fashion shows and all. So this was the only time we could really get the interview in, but I'm here to say I do appreciate her bringing me out here, and you know, we did a lot of cool things and being able to just vibe out and have some fun in New York. So I'm gonna let her take the mic. We're gonna get into this, and I'll let her introduce herself, and then after she introduces herself, we'll hit her with some questions.
Too tired.
She's not too tired. Anyways, this is Anela Jasmine. She's from Hawaii. This is International Miss Hawaii 2023. So she had just came from her pageant in Florida. From Florida, she came to New York City because she had some modeling shows to do. So that's why we're here. She invited me out. I came out and we had fun, vibed out, and did a lot of things in New York. But getting into this interview, I do want to say and ask, how was it like just growing up within your childhood? Anything that stood out, or any other passions you had growing up? Because we'll get being into pageants and shows and stuff later on, because that's just not something you get into like right away, or like that's not what you think of. Oh, I think I'm gonna be a pageant, you know, like. So I just want to ask, throughout your childhood, how was it growing up? What were your interests? Was there rough around the edges? What was going on growing up, going into childhood, into your high school years?
I was a tomboy. Wasn't really playing enough sports, but I did enjoy dancing hula. Getting into high school, I was skin and bones. Like, I was so underweight, but pretty much after high school, just trying to find out who I really am, going through some personal things, some health, as well as dealing with depression and anxiety, and a lot of people don't really like to talk about it, but it is important to share and let people be aware in case, you know, something bad happens, and we don't want to lose anyone's life. We got to make sure everyone's good. Going into pageantry, I only started 4 years ago, pretty much pre-COVID. We had to take a pause on it. Then my first one was Miss Bikini Hawaii. Second one was Miss Aloha Island. And then my third and fourth is International Miss Pageant. I've been with this system. It has been really great. and it's more for us to like show empowerment. You already met the girls. Very woman empowerment, body positivity, and just being able to support. That's one of the biggest things in pageantry.
Like she was saying, is really just to empower women, and it was, as you guys will probably see or probably already saw in the show, all shapes and sizes, didn't discriminate age, didn't discriminate how old, didn't discriminate the race or anything. So that's something I really picked up throughout the whole show. I like to see and think outside the box of like, okay, what's the main purpose for this, because you could take a design and walk it down an aisle, but like other than that, like there has to be more of a purpose behind the scenes, and there was, and you heard it throughout the show, like, really just trying to empower everyone. But that was cool. One thing I do want to ask though, and if you don't want to answer, I understand, it's cool. No. But like, but just like through depression and stuff, because I feel like a lot of people take that lightly. Like, I feel like people don't really know what depression is because they're like, oh, I'm depressed, but really they're just like having a hard time. Depression is a state of like a series of being sad. Like, it's not just you're sad for a second and then you're just happy all of a sudden. Like depression is like a roller coaster from what I know of, being in that state before. So can you kind of inform people like how your depression kind of was, like how did it affect you, what were the signs of it, and how can someone tell like if you're depressed or that you need help?
I would say in that state, it's a lot. Yes, it is a roller coaster, ups and downs. You have that high, just like how you could hit cloud 9, like you're in the best place ever. Like there's always going to be an opposite where you hit literally rock bottom, like that feeling that you're hopeless, you can't do anything, you're useless, and like you just continue to like, the more that you say it, the more that it just gets to you, and next thing you know, you blame everything on yourself, and it's not easy to bounce back like that. So I guess just go ahead and check in on your friends. I mean, if you haven't heard from them, just pop in and say hi. Like, that's all that you can do. And including with my friends, we do have that hard time as well. And we just check in. As long as we check in, like, we know that we're good. And as of September, this is Suicide Awareness Month. So keep an eye out. Definitely do some research. Like, it does take a lot for a person that has it and then a person that knows that person has it. So you do got to be aware, but the one thing is just always support, always be there. So check up on your friends.
And she made a key point is like checking up and stuff, but the reason why is because most people who are depressed don't go out and yell out, I'm depressed. They don't go out and say, I'm gonna go kill myself. Most people who are depressed or sad or want to kill themselves are pretty much quiet. Like they're gonna do it, and they're not gonna tell anyone. Just keep on recording. She's gonna be eating. This is she said this is what her post pageant looks like. They go into pageantry, they go into these shows, modeling, looking at the audience, staring them down, licking their lips, rubbing their bodies. Oh, my bad. That's something else. No, my bad. But you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean, but they go and
I'm doing this right-handed.
But like I was saying,
you gotta pose for the glasses.
I have my glasses in my bag. I can wear my glasses too.
Oh no, I don't have his glasses.
Oh, where's my guy Mikey at though? That man is hilarious. Hey Mikey, if you see this, I hope you like your protein bars, bro.
Shout out to Sun Chasers. He's amazing. Check them out. I mean, it's way different than just original ones, but check it out. There might be some good ones.
Especially for you ladies. And by the way, she's talking about like sunglasses. Like he has his own design for sunglasses. I'm not gonna lie, the lady sunglasses were looking pretty fly. I wasn't the biggest fan of the guys, but I know there's some people out there that would like them. But like I was saying, just because they do shows and do pageants doesn't mean they're not normal human beings. Right after, we're going to go eat. We're going to go maybe get a drink or two. We're going to go eat a cookie, you know? We're humans, you know? We're all humans.
We are not those type of people where, I'm only going to eat salad for so-and-so time because I have a pageant. Like, girls, embrace yourself. Don't be ashamed.
It's 2023, not 1980. We don't do that no more. You know, gonna have fun with it. I got my lemonade / watermelon lemonade, because it said like water made, but it's not. It's watermelon lemonade.
Okay. We're gonna switch over to AJ's takeover now. What is your perspective now? Okay, what is your perspective before pageantry that you know of, and now what is your perspective now from what you've seen between fashion and the rest of the girls that you met last night?
Well, first want to say to that is I don't think I ever had a bad outlook on like pageantry or anything like that, because I know TV it ups everything. Anything in reality, it exaggerates to the fullest. I say probably like any reality show is probably like 10% real, you know? Like, so I never had a bad outlook. I just, like, I know, for me, it was like, how much drama is there? Like, how much drama is there really? Because I know it could be, you know?
Plenty.
Yeah, I know there could be a lot, especially a lot of different personalities. There's a lot of different women all in one spot. So that's what I think about.
Have you watched Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock?
I don't think so.
You gotta watch it, because that's exactly how pageantry is.
Okay, well, now I have a movie to watch.
With the detectives going undercover, that's exactly how.
All right, well, I'm gonna watch that. But to answer your question, no, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it with my mom. My mom would like it. I guarantee my mom. She probably already watched it before. But so to answer your question, after witnessing it all, I would say it's more empowering than what people think it is, because people just think, well, for one, you have to understand the models are trying to get out, but it's really the designers that are really trying to get their stuff out. Like, it's the people that are behind the scenes that are really trying to put their clothing line out, their brand out, or whatever it is that they're designing. Is what I'm trying to say, because not everything is clothing. You know, it could be scarves, it could be glasses, it could be hats, whatever it is. So that's one. Two, the models, you would think, they have to be bad as hell. They have to be super skinny, or they have to be super tall. And don't get me wrong, there are super tall, there are super skinny, there are bigger, there are smaller, there are black, white, Hispanic, Russian, Asian. There's I think I saw Caribbean. I seen every ethnicity when I was there. So I was like, I just found it more empowering than anything. And I know people where I'm from probably like, no, you're just saying that. Like, nah, like real talk. Like, I like going into things with an open mind and seeing, okay, like, what are these people are about. Now, last night we went out with a lot of her pageant sisters, and just the like you could see the personalities so different. Like I think that's the coolest part, but nothing to a point where like they collide. You know, one might question one thing, but then another is just like super outgoing. They don't care, and I think it was cool. Overall, my big thing is just make sure you have good people around you, good people surrounding you, and that's what I saw last night. Everyone made sure they had each other's back. If one person went missing for over 5 minutes, they were searching for them, and not even missing. It's just like, oh, they got up, went to the restroom, got up, went on a smoke break, or whatever the case may be. So, just my outlook now is more of like, no matter who you are, everyone has a story, and that story gets told in different ways. So don't ever judge a book by its cover, and really get to know people, because there are dope people in this world that will really have you, and you'll have them. And at the end of the day, you don't know what they can do for you, and you don't know what you can do for them as well. So that's my
Shout out to the pageant sisters. You know who you are.
yes, indeed.
We gotta hire Mikey for those pictures, so AJ takes over. What was your experience for the first time besides the subways? We're not gonna get into that.
No, that's gonna be the first thing I talk about.
What has been your overall take for New York?
Well, my cousin Giancarlo and Vinny, they used to tell me back in the days, it used to be rough, you know. The mafia, they used to run this whole town.
No.
But now,
You're such a liar.
hey, whoever seen The Bronx Tale, that's the fucking best movie ever. Bronx Tale, baby, the Italian mafia. Anyways, New York, it's an amazing place to visit. I think there's a lot of cool different things to do here, to tour around. Like, you have Times Square, don't get me wrong, but there's other things like the museums. We went to the Wax Museum. We had like a little guessing game you guys will see. The zoo. Central Park is dope as hell. I think another thing on my list would probably be going to like a sports game out here somewhere. I don't know, but overall it was fun. I enjoyed it. Would I live out here? No. I already live in LA where it's rushed and everyone wants to get to one place or another. People hate each other. I feel like it's more of a vibe out in New York. Like if people honk at each other, I feel like it's more of a honk like, hey, can you just like move out the way? Like, I'm used to New York driving. I'm used, in LA, it's like an aggressive thing. Like, if you don't get on my way, I'm gonna get out the car, I'm gonna kill you, So I think it's just a little bit more of a vibe out here because everyone's on the same time. But yeah, I wouldn't live out here. But overall, it was a great experience. I enjoyed it to the fullest, and I know I'll be coming back in a year or so. So, how about you? Like, I know you said you've been here before, but you didn't really get out to really tour around. So, how was it for you, especially being with me? Because I'm the best, anyways.
You gave me such wrong directions today, and you made us miss our stop.
By the way, in the subway, you just make sure you know what you're doing. I'm gonna say one thing. Listen, I'm gonna say one thing. She directed us in the subway. We ended up going the wrong way twice. But this is what I want to say. But she got us to where we needed to go, safely and sound.
And we made it on time.
We made it on time every time we did get lost, and I wouldn't have done any better. So I do appreciate it.
I'm the coolest person ever. But anyways, I actually liked it. I mean, I don't mind visiting again and like seeing all the girls. I feel like New York is a place where now that I've been coming here almost every year around the same time, so it's like a reunion with the girls. It's like a little getaway trip.
And for you. So first off, how has being in pageants gotten you better with the shows, with walking and everything? Like, what's the experience? Because what if I know there's little girls out there that may want to be in pageants, or they may want to be in model shows and stuff. Like, how do you get into that? Like, what was it that sparked it up, and how did the first one end up being the one to get you into all the other ones that you are in now?
Able to express yourself, that's the number one thing. Just be yourself. Well, first off, I did a little bit of modeling. I got scouted with some local photographers. Pageant-wise, I kind of got out of my comfort zone, and then with the experience, it was really good just to make new friends, just to get that type of experience and a better understanding into the competition life and all. I mean, there's always different types of systems. Like, we have over maybe 200 systems overall, from Miss USA that goes into Miss Universe, or there's Miss America that leads into Miss United States, international, global, world. Like, literally it goes down the line. Like, there's so much. So I mean, once you find what you're looking for, I think that's when you know where to go. But definitely it's good to, when you do your research first, try to find a good system that you think it's best for you, that suits you with their mission.
I want to expound on that a little bit more, because there might be someone that says, okay, you said a lot of insightful things, but I don't know where to start. Like, I'm so lost. I don't know anyone in pageantry. I don't know anyone in modeling. Like, do I start? I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the little girl at home who's watching this video, or the mom who wants to get her daughter into some pageantry and shows. She doesn't know anyone. She doesn't know how to get into it. What does she do? Does she start marketing herself? Does she start branding her daughter? Who does she hit up? Like, what does she research? Pageants around her? Like, what would you say how they would be able to start in the best way? Like, even if you didn't start that way, like, from what you've seen, what would you say to them out there that have no clue where to start?
I think it's more of doing your research on what type of pageantry that is around your area, and then branch out to other ones from outside your state, or maybe go straight to international.
Is pageantry cheap?
Don't get me started on that.
Just to let you guys know, pageantry shows like that, a lot of times you're paying straight out of your pocket. And I don't want you to get the misconception of, oh, I thought they were these like big time people, all this stuff. They're BMX riders, they're skateboarders who are very good at what they do, and they don't get paid for what they do. They have to pay for their own stuff, they have to pay for their own tournaments, they have to pay for their own stays. There's a lot that happens in sports that goes into what she does as well. So I want you to grasp that and understand that it's an expensive thing to do. It's something not to just get into because you just want to get your daughter into it, or you want to get into it. It's something that you have to have a passion for, and you're willing to invest into that. And
Sacrifice.
a lot of sacrifice.
A lot of sacrifice.
A lot of sacrifice, and maybe down the road you do get where you want to be, and you know you're able to get paid for what you do. But from there, how do you feel about pageantry now? Like, do you feel the same? Shows, like, what's your next step on that? Like, do you want to keep up with pageantry after 4 years? Have you feel like you've gotten better? Or do you want to stick to more like modeling shows and showing off other people's designs, or you just want to take a break and all? Like, how do you feel about that?
I know I got way better than last year. I feel more confident, I got more time to express myself. what I like to do. Pageantry wise, I'm thinking about maybe just taking a break. I really do want to focus on some financial stuff. As you could tell, pageantry is expensive. So another thing, I think I like to enjoy the runway modeling. That really tells a different story, I would say. So, I mean, there's a lot of fashion shows that can literally be everywhere. There's one actually happening right now in Hawaii. And shout out to my other pageant sisters back home. I would like to give a big shout out to this girl, Sam. She has been an amazing producer. She does Miss Bikini Hawaii. She does Miss Hawaii, Miss Plus Hawaii, and today is her first international pageantry, which is World's Beautiful Miss. So it's hosting in Hawaii. They're doing Hawaii fashion shows as well, and they're going to be crowning a new Miss World's Beautiful Miss. So I'm very excited. Once I get back home, I get to see all those new sisters. So I'm very excited, and I miss you guys so much. So you guys keep doing what you're doing, and yeah.
So before we wrap this up, I wanna have some questions. Maybe some questions that might stump Anela here. You know, she might pause, or she might be able to answer them. We don't know, but let's step a little bit outside of pageantry, a little bit outside of shows. But we're just gonna start off with something along those lines first. What is it that you do and enjoy doing outside of pageantry?
Outside of pageantry, I am a secretary of Ohana Motorsports Foundation. It's a nonprofit organization in Hawaii. We focus our audience towards the car community. They have been very supportive, and thanks to them, I wouldn't be where I am today. I mean, they have been so supportive, and even being able to help give back to the community. And we like to share that love and passion with everyone. So a lot of cool cars, yes. So if you ever come down, definitely check out towards the end of the month for Cars and Coffee. We always have it around the island. And during those times of events, we do fundraisers, we do charity work, make donations and all. And yeah, whatever that we could do to give back to the community.
Dope. That's dope for sure. You know, there's not a lot of people out here that, you know, have the mindset to start something up like that or be part of something like that. So that's definitely good to hear. I'm gonna ask you three more things. If you were to be reincarnated as something, anything in this world, it could be an animal, it could be another human, it could be whatever, what would you come back as?
White tiger.
A tiger?
A white tiger.
Why a white tiger?
I don't know. They're drawn. They are majestic as hell.
I see. What do you fear in this world? Like, what is it that you fear? It could be within yourself. It could be something, an object. It could be an insect, an animal. What is it that you fear in this world? Clowns?
Clowns in the dark.
Then how come you don't fear me? Anyways, where do you see yourself in, like, where do you want to be, I should say. I shouldn't say see yourself because we truly never know, but where do you kind of want to be about like 3 to 5 years from now?
part of the fashion world. I think that's what I'm leaning towards. So hopefully, I mean, I've already started up the whole fashion runway stuff. So just maybe get into a couple more shows and yeah.
It's good to hear. Good to hear. So, we're gonna wrap this up. Before we wrap it up, is there anything you want to put out there? Anything you want to say to anyone out there? The camera, plug anything in at all?
I want Starbucks.
Well, I do want to appreciate her for doing this. It was planned, but it wasn't planned. Like, it was just kind of mentioned, but we did it last minute. Hopefully you guys could hear everything that we're talking about. We have the music in the background. We have people talking in the background. We are in like sit down fast food restaurant. So hopefully everything went as planned. But other than that, thank you guys. Thank you enough for coming out here and doing this. I know we have to be on the go here soon. And you guys are no deal. Like, subscribe, hit the bell right next to get all my videos on time. And comment down anything you want to comment. Any questions or anything, we'll make sure they are answered. Just understand, no fake love. Don't show no fake love. Other than that, you guys know the deal. It's grind time, baby. Let's get it. We out.